At least 8 people killed in shooting at Indianapolis FedEx facility. Suspect also dead. At least 8 people were killed after a gunman opened fire at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis late Thursday before also killing himself, police said. Multiple other people were transported to hospital with injuries, police said. The shooting was reported at the FedEx facility shortly after 11 p.m. and officers arrived to an active shooter incident, police spokeswoman Officer Janae Cook told reporters. She said the gunman killed himself at the scene. A search found 8 people deceased with injuries consistent with gunshot wounds, she added. That number does not include the gunman. Cook said it was too early to tell if the shooter was an employee of the facility, and that an active investigation was underway. A motive was also unclear. This is a tragedy, Cook said. Police knew of at least 4 people transported to hospital by ambulance, Cook said, one of whom was in critical condition with injuries consistent with gunshot wounds. 3 others were transported with various other injuries, she said. But there were also people who went or who were taken to hospitals privately, she said, and police were gathering information. No law enforcement officers were hurt, she added. A witness told NBC affiliate WTHR of Indianapolis that he was working inside the building when he heard gunshots. I see a man come out with a rifle in his hand and he starts firing and he starts yelling stuff that I could not understand, Levi Miller said. What I ended up doing was ducking down to make sure he did not see me because I thought he would see me and he would shoot me. Family members were waiting at a nearby hotel early Friday to hear if their loved ones were safe while police chaplains provided support, WTHR photojournalist Joe Fenton tweeted. FedEx said in a statement that, "We are deeply shocked and saddened by the loss of our team members following the tragic shooting at our FedEx ground facility in Indianapolis. Our most heartfelt sympathies are with all those affected by this senseless act of violence. The safety of our team members is our top priority, and we are fully cooperating with investigating authorities," the company said. U.S. Representative Andrew A. Carson, D. Indiana, whose district includes Indianapolis, said that he was heartbroken by the incident. I am heartbroken by the mass shooting at the FedEx facility here in Indianapolis and praying for all affected by this tragedy, he said on Twitter. I am communicating with local authorities to get all details of the attack and my office stands ready to help everyone affected any way we can. There have been several mass shootings in the U.S. in recent weeks, including an April 8 shooting at a cabinet company facility in Bryan, Texas, that left 1 person dead and 5 others wounded. Last week, President Joe Biden announced a series of executive actions aimed at tackling what he called a national epidemic. Gun violence in this country is an epidemic and it is an international embarrassment, Biden said at the time. His proposals, which are likely to face legal hurdles, are aimed at reducing mass shootings, suicides and domestic violence. They aim to limit so-called ghost guns, which can be assembled at home without traceable serial numbers, and make it easier for relatives to flag family members who shouldn't be allowed to buy firearms. Biden is also seeking to reduce access to stabilizing braces, which can effectively turn a pistol into a more lethal rifle while not being subject to the same regulations that a rifle of similar size would be. Gun violence in general has skyrocketed in recent years. The Gun Violence Archive, a nonprofit group that tracks gun violence in the U.S., found that more than 19,000 people died in gun homicides last year. This was the highest yearly figure in more than 2 decades, up by nearly 25% from 2019. At least 8 people killed in shooting at Indianapolis FedEx.